Alright guys, welcome to another video, and in this video I want to discuss should awakenings be in the game. Now I feel like if we weren't including top tier meta awakenings, then it'd be an easy answer like yeah, why not. If we were just talking about awakenings like Sarah does, which she doesn't get much if you didn't know, like she doesn't even get awakening action, she just gets a attack up buff and dash priority, then it wouldn't be much of a conversation. But when you bring awakening such as Madara and not Kaguya has a terrible awakening. If you bring Madara, Danzo, the last Sasuke awakenings into discussion, then it becomes much more interesting. But yeah, I just want to discuss should awakenings be in the game. Now my quick answer is yeah, I do believe it should be. Obviously there's like over, I don't know, 100 characters in the game, and a lot of the awakenings in the game are balanced except like the top tier where you gain like a massive advantage, like with Madara, Danzo that can one shot, Madara that can just pressure you for days if you've mastered the awakening, Sasuke with his first hit just button locks you for a good 1 to 2 seconds. Stuff like that. But yeah, the rest of the cast have pretty balanced awakenings, like Shisui, Sarada, PTS characters, balanced awakenings, the other Narutos, pretty balanced. But as long as you don't have a massive hitbox or OP awakening actions. But yeah, it should be in the game really and truly, but I feel like it should be made more interesting. So those top players here that get 2 stocks, you know who I'm talking about, you don't get access to awakening if you play well. So in this game, awakening is a comeback mechanic basically, or you're losing, you're getting damaged, here have some awakening and try and make a comeback basically. It's a comeback mechanic in the game. You don't get access to it if you don't go below a certain health. That's why I say it's a comeback mechanic. So I can be beating up my opponent, I don't get access to it if he's not damaging me, but as soon as he goes below a certain percentage of health, boom, he gets access to it. Obviously his storm gauge goes up, so if it's full and he awakens, he gets 3 awakenings for the price of 1 basically. So it rewards you for getting beaten up. You get a reward for getting beaten up basically. You're getting beat up, you're losing, you're getting streaked here, here's an awakening. And obviously if you have the right team synergy and combination, you can make that awakening busted, or you can make that awakening very advantageous to you basically, depending on your character, your team setup, your team synergy, as top players have shown. But basically I don't think it should be that way. Like, you shouldn't get rewarded for losing. I do think awakening should be in the game, but I would rework it personally, because if I'm doing good, for example, let's say I'm beating someone up and my health doesn't go below 15%, 50% for the whole match, like I get a 2 stock, it's a green par, I don't get access to awakening at all. Like, that's a whole mechanic in the game that I don't get access to if I play well. Like, and it is possible for you to play well enough, as plenty of players have shown, as I've shown. You can play well enough to the point where you can get a 2 stock and not go below 50% of health. But yeah, so I would rework it, to be honest. I'd give players access to the awakening at round start, like that. And you might be thinking, yo, that's too much power at the start. What are you thinking? Hear me out, hear me out. So imagine the round starts, let's retry it. The round starts, both players have access to awakening, so now that gives you more options. So your opponent, or you can think, should I dash in and attack? Should I do switch tech and attack? Should I back off? Or should I just awaken straight and get instant advantage? Obviously you're not going to have team awakening at round start, but you can awaken and just go in. Yeah, and your opponent might think, should I stop him from awakening? Should I defend myself when he awakens, or should I awaken as well? So it prevents more, I feel like it presents more dynamic options at round start anyway. Or you can just think, you know what, because I have it at round start, let me save it. No matter how well I do, if I have access to it at round start, I can pick and choose when I awaken. So you can think, you know what, I'm not going to awaken at round start, even if he does. I'm going to wait until I build my storm gorge, I'm going to wait until I build it, boom, I'll use it then. But because we've implemented it and we've made it accessible at round start, we would limit it to 1 per match. So after you awaken and you know you de-awaken, so let's say you've got 15 seconds to, you know, maximize the damage that you can get out, you know, whatever. Let's just wait until it finishes. This is a long 15 seconds, but yeah. But yeah. Ooh. But yeah, it finishes, boom, you cannot awaken again. That's it. So that's it for the rest of the run. Obviously you see that little symbol there. If you take damage, it's basically damage you intake with that little symbol there after you've de-awakened is increased. So if you stack that with defense down tag and attack up pill, the damage you'll take is disgusting. But yeah, so that's how I would do it. You have access to it around the start. You can pick and choose whether you're gonna awaken, you know, at the beginning. You're gonna wait until you feel your storm gorge and then awaken to get the triple awakening. Or you might think, you know what, I want to play legit, I'm not going to awaken at all. But you have access to it. You don't have to wait until you're like at a particular health to, you know, gain access to it. And you both have access to it as well at round start. So I feel like it, you know, presents more options at round start and throughout the battle, and makes the, you know, the fight more dynamic, because now you can have an awakening battle. Both players can think, you know what, let me awaken at the round start awakening battle, let's go. But you limit it to 1 per match. So after that it's done. So unless if you don't use that 15 minutes wisely, that's it. Like, you're gonna get punished for not using it wisely basically, and you can't awaken again. So that prevents awakening abuse, awakening slam. That prevents you from playing a defensive play style and then just waiting to get your awakening back and spamming switch tech and then awakening again. So I feel like it will create for more interesting battles rather than, you know, relying on the awakening meta to win the battle, because I don't think that is too interesting. But yeah, let me know what you think. And I feel like this is similar to a mechanic that they have in fighters. So if you don't play fighters, basically they have sparking, which is a mechanic. There's 3 levels. So there's level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 is when you have 3 characters, level 2 is when you have 2 characters, level 1 is when you have 1 character. So if they're pressuring you on block, you can use it to get out of a block string, and you can use it to get a TOD because you get a damage buff as well. I'm not sure the percentage that you get, but you get a damage buff from level 1, 2 and 3. The higher the level, the bigger the damage buff basically. But once you use it, that's it. Whether you use level 1, 2 or 3, once you use it and the time limit has expired, that's it. You don't get it again. So it promotes you to use it wisely and not just, you know, spam it or abuse it or rely on it basically, since you can only use it once. So it encourages skillful usage of the mechanic because you can't abuse it and you can only use it once. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Should awakenings be in the game? Yeah, but they should be reactive. You should be limited to 1 per match to prevent awakening abuse / spam, and you should be able to use it at round start like in this battle. But once you use it, it's gone. So players can pick and choose when they want to awaken, and good players don't get punished basically for playing well, and bad players don't get rewarded for playing bad. But yeah, or you don't get rewarded for getting beat up basically. But yeah, that's it for the video. Let me know what you think. Peace out.